Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to Little House Story Corner. Today we're going to be talking about Noah and the Ark. When God flooded the whole world, but he saved Noah and his family and every type of animal. But we can't talk about Noah and the Ark without talking about the words faith and obey. I want to hear you say faith really loud. Ready? Go!
Faith!
Now I want to hear you say the word obey. Again, really loud. Go!
Obey!
Okay, good job. Now repeat after me. Faith means having total trust in someone or something. All right, I need you to repeat after me again. Obey means... Let me really hear you. To follow commands. All right, one more time. Ready? Repeat after me. Do what you're told. So when we have total trust in somebody or something, then we have faith that they are going to do exactly what they told us they would do. God is perfect, and so we can totally trust God and have faith in Him that everything that He says is true and that we can trust Him. And because we have faith in God, we want to obey the things that He tells us to do because He wants to keep us safe. Now, the most important thing to remember when you obey is to obey, to follow commands or do what you're told with a very happy heart. So sometimes you're going to be told to do something, maybe by your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, and you're doing something else and you don't really want to do what they're telling you to do. But you do it anyway, and you make sure that you do it with a happy heart, because when we do what we're told with a happy heart, it makes God very happy. Okay, so let's get into the story of Noah and the Ark. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God. And Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence. And God saw the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on earth. And God said to Noah,
I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make rooms in the ark, and cover it inside and out with pitch. For behold, I will bring forth a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, in which is the breath of life under heaven. Everything that is on the earth shall die. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you. And of every living thing of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every sort into the ark to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. Of the birds according to their kinds, of the animals according to their kinds, of every creeping thing of the ground according to its kind, 2 of every sort shall come into you to keep them alive. Also take with you every sort of food that is eaten, to store it up. It shall serve as food for you and for them.
Noah did this. He did all that God commanded him. Then the Lord said to Noah,
Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and his mate, and a pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and his mate, and 7 pairs of the birds of the heavens also, male and female, to keep their offspring alive on the face of all the earth. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing that I have made I will blot out from the face of the ground.
And Noah did all the Lord had commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters came upon the earth. And Noah and his sons' wives with him went into the ark to escape the waters of the flood, of clean animals and of animals that are not clean, and of birds and of everything that creeps on the ground. 2 and 2, male and female, went into the ark with Noah, as God had commanded Noah. And after 7 days, the waters of the flood came upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on the day all the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of the heavens were opened, and rain fell upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. The flood continued 40 days on earth. The waters increased and bore up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. The waters prevailed and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed so mightily on the earth that all the high mountains under the whole heaven were covered. But God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the livestock that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind blow over the earth, and the waters subsided. The fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were closed. The rain from the heavens was restrained. At the end of 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark that he had made and sent forth a raven. It went to and fro until the waters were dried up from the earth. Then he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters had subsided from the face of the ground. But the dove found no place to set her foot, and she returned to him to the ark, for the waters were still on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her, and brought her into the ark with him. He waited another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came back to him in the evening, and behold, in her mouth was a freshly plucked olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters had subsided from the earth. Then he waited another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, and she did not return to him any more. Then God said to Noah,
Go out from the ark, you and your wife, and your sons and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you of all flesh, birds and animals, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, that they may swarm on the earth. and be fruitful and multiply on the earth.
So Noah went out, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, every bird, everything that moves on the earth, went out by families from the ark. Then God said to Noah and his sons with him,
Behold, I establish my covenant with you and your offspring after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the livestock, and every beast of the earth with you, as many as came out of the ark. It is for every beast of the earth. I establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth.
And God said,
This is the sign of the covenant that I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you. For all future generations, I have set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring clouds over the earth, and the bow is seen in the clouds, I will remember my covenant that is between me and you, and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. When the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth.
God said to Noah,
This is the sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth.
Thank you so much, friends, for coming back to Little House Story Corner. If you are interested in anything else from our Bible series, the Little House on the Prairie reading collection, or the adventures of Zion and Obi, grab an adult in charge to check out our playlist, and maybe they will even subscribe to the channel and like the videos. And thank you to our patrons on Patreon for making this ad-free and possible. We love you guys so much, and God willing, we'll see you on the next one. Bye!